Hi everybody, how are you? I hope that you're getting along well and that now that school's over, you've got an epic summer planned in amongst all the COVID stuff. Hopefully you can find some wonderful things to do with your time and do a little bit more cooking. So this recipe, this is called cottage pie, not shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is made with lamb, cottage pie is made with beef. And this is one of the very few cheat recipes that I'm going to give you. I've been cooking this for, I'm going to say close to 40 years now. It's really good to have a couple of cheat recipes in your back pocket that you can pull out and cook really fast, really quickly with minimal preparation, minimal ingredients. And, not all packaged food is the worst stuff you can eat. So that's what we're going to use today. It's basically ground beef, mixed veggies, and mashed potatoes on the top. So easiest way to do it is to, next time you make mashed potatoes for dinner, double them and put them in the fridge so that you can have it for the next day. But we didn't do that, so we're going to do a cook from scratch. So it's also an easy recipe. You can cook it from scratch, but it's great if you've got leftovers. So, got all the ingredients, everything's ready here. Remember the usual mise en place, the term that we use to have everything all ready. So we've got ground meat. In this case, it's beef. You can use pork, you can use sausage. You can even use lentils if you want, or you know me, put the lentils in with the beef to stretch it. The veggies, potato, butter. This is the magic ingredient, onion soup mix. So, once you've used this, you really don't need to add anything else. That's what's so cool about it. So we're gonna get started. First of all, you want to get your potatoes on. So we're gonna use, these are yellow potatoes. They've got a really nice thin skin, so you can actually not peel them, and you can cook them with the skins on, and then you get a rustic foo-foo kind of mashed potato. If you want them peeled, of course you can do that, but they've been washed, so cut them in half. Now, the thing you need to remember, when you're mashing potatoes, smaller is better, because then they cook faster too. So usually what I do is just cut them in half and then cut them into small pieces like this. Normally, if you were just boiling potatoes, you could keep them like this size. They take twice as long to cook. They're easier to mash when they're this size. So we put those into the saucepan, which actually I already did that ahead of time. So just wanted to show you how to dice them nice and small. So we're gonna get the beef cooking. Back over to the stove, over the frying pan. Ground beef goes in. You just cook it till it's nice and brown and there's no pink. And you put in a package, so for every pound of ground beef, you put in a package of onion soup mix. I'm just making half the recipe, so I've just got a container that I already opened. So we'll put that in. So it's all you do, really, is you just fry the ground beef with the onion soup mix. Keeping in mind that you will not need to salt this, because there's a ton of salt in the onion soup mix. So I'm just going to brown that up. And get it all nice and cooked. Remember, we don't want any pink in it. You just keep breaking it up as you go so that it crumbles well. This has to be, this is like one of my go-to recipes. I have cooked this probably every couple of weeks, almost my whole life, since I first learned how to make it. Lady I babysat for taught me how to make it. super, super easy to make. So we're going to brown that all off. Depending on the ground beef, you may or may not need to drain the fat off. This is not quite as lean as I would like. So we're going to take some of the fat off. It's all done just that fast. And drain some of the fat. I like to just do it with a spoon. If you tilt the pan a little bit, let all the fat run down. I don't know if you can see this. I'll bring the camera over here. You can see all the fat pooling in the bottom. We don't want that. So we're just going to scoop it out, put it back into the bowl. You can throw the bowl in the fridge, get it hard, and then you can just put it in your green waste. So there it is. All nice and brown. You see there's no pink. It's all crumbled up. And then we're going to set that aside. Then we're going to mash our potatoes, which we've already cooked and drained. You see they're nice and soft. Remember, you put the insert a fork or a knife into them, and if they are soft, then they're ready to go. So, and you can see they're starting to squish a little bit, so they're good. So what we're going to do is throw in some cream, a little bit of cream, some butter or margarine, whatever you happen to have. Melt that in there, and then we're going to mash them. This is my cool masher. I think this thing's called a sprong, but I mean, you know, most people have a potato masher. You can just do it this way, mash them all up. So when you're cooking your potatoes, make sure you salt the water. That is critical. Potatoes cooked without salt are just yucky. So we want them all cooked nice and salt. Now, texture-wise, it's up to you. I like them quite, not really runny for shepherd's pie, but certainly very soft, I guess, for lack of a better term. So I put in quite a bit of milk and cream, or milk and butter. So you can see them like that. Nice texture there. Then we're going to season them with a bit more salt and pepper. Taste them, see what you think. Maybe you want a little more salt, maybe you don't. That is up to you. So you mix that in. It's really important that you use the right kind of potatoes. Russets are really good, but if you use those, you need to peel them because they've got thick skins. But when you're in the grocery store, buy ones that say they're for mashing, because if you don't, then they get all gummy and nasty, and that's gross. So now we've got our baking dish. So this is so easy, honestly. You put your ground beef, your cooked ground beef in the bottom, like that. Then you spread your mixed veggies over the top. Now I've got a combination of corn and carrots because I didn't have any frozen mixed veggies, but you will. So they go over the top like that. You can put whatever veggies you like. The frozen ones are great. They go like that. Then you put your mashed potatoes on the top, like that. Spread it out. There, goes like that. And then it goes into the oven to bake. So keep in mind that this is already cooked. So really all you're doing is heating it through. So it needs about half an hour, 45 minutes at 350 degrees until it's nice and brown on top. And thanks to the magic of television, I made one earlier. So we'll take it out of the toaster oven. And of course you'll see my hands, you know, I'm made of steel. I reach into an oven and pull out a hot dish. That's what it looks like finished. You can, you want a little bit of brown on the top so it looks nice. So you can get really fancy if you want. If you had a piping bag, you could pipe the mashed potatoes on and make rosettes and make it look all pretty and fancy. One of the things my mom used to do was take a fork and she would just do this. So you can just do this. And that puts a pretty bit of, you know, just fancies it up a little bit. And then bake it, and then all the parts that stick up get nice and brown and it looks beautiful. So there you go, my friends. That's super easy. Keep it in your back pocket. Fast dinner. It's inexpensive, it's easy to pull off, and it's so, so good. I hope you enjoy it. I look forward to seeing all your pictures, and yeah, see you all next week. Bye.